3-0. It's pretty great. But you know what's better?
College football playoff?
Well, yeah. But let's go to 4-0 first.
It's Friday! Welcome into the PHNX Sun Devils show, coming to you live from Studio K, presented by Circle K. Join Inner Circle for free by downloading that Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details. I am Anthony Totri, joined as always on these lovely PHNX Sun Devil shows by the one, the only hall monitor himself. That is long neck Larry over there, Erik Ruby.
I'm checking your bathroom pass today.
We've got Captain Redbeard behind the Mac. He is steering the ship, and at the tail end of the show, we'll show you exactly where he is steering this ship toward. Guys, do us a solid. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. My goodness, we have a hell of a show planned for everybody today. Of course, it's Friday, so we're getting in a hot or not at the tail end of today's show. We are definitely getting into our predictions. We've got Heat Index. We have got Fact or Cap. And we even have a guest joining us a little bit later on in the show. So buckle up, grab a snack, make sure you got
me?
It's him.
It's not Shane.
Damn it.
It's not Shane. Maybe tomorrow, though. We might see Shane tomorrow.
Yeah. Do
you want to go ahead and...
So I have good news and bad news, chat.
It's just bad news.
I'm going to give... No, it's not.
It's bad news.
It's not.
How's the good news?
The good news is tomorrow, Shane Diefenbach will be on the ASU football postgame show.
Correct.
So let's take a moment and let's celebrate that fantastic news.
Uh-huh.
Woo! Now you might be asking yourself, Shane's a busy guy.
Yeah.
New job, new responsibilities.
Yeah.
Why is Shane doing the ASU football postgame?
It's because Jose Perez is back.
I'm back.
He's running from the grind again, chat.
This is an industry where I will work on Christmas, New Year's, Easter.
Yeah.
The one day of the year that I will not work is my dear wife's birthday, which just so happens to be tomorrow. So I will be not on the postgame show, and I will be trying to message, but it depends on what we're doing in our diehard Discord. But I will be back on Monday to celebrate 4-0.
In you.
Don't blame me. Listen, I enjoy being married. So
yeah. Do you enjoy being undefeated more? Because you should be. You should
I'll plead
enjoy
the
it
fifth.
more. I'm
Plead
just
the fifth on that
throwing
one.
that out there. We got
Plead the
Ralph in the
fifth.
chat. We got Sherry. We got BC. What is up, everybody? Let's have a great Friday, huh?
dude, let's whatever I just said, let's forget about it.
Let's have a great
Let's
Friday.
move on.
Okay. And look, last week you said Sam Levitt didn't need to have a big game.
Oh my, are you still on that, bro? Leave me alone.
Captain Redbeard, that is what he said,
Leave
right?
me alone.
He That's exactly what he said.
Leave me
He did
alone.
say
Yeah,
that.
I did say that.
And he needed to have a big game ultimately, and he
Yeah.
helped win the game. So I'm curious because it's now time to get into Fact or Cap, brought to you guys by Branded Bills.
If you're gonna hit me with the same one, bro.
Elevate your brand with Branded Bills, the perfect headwear and apparel. Use that code PHNX for 20% off your first order. Fact or Cap, Senor Ruby. This game's going to be won at the line of scrimmage. The LOS, the big beefies up front. The guys working the deli. The beefs.
I mean, I think it's a fact because that's most football games.
Okay.
If you dominate in the trenches, you're going to probably win that game.
So you think that's fact?
I think it's fact. I think especially when you're going up against a Texas Tech team that's so prolific on offense and especially is powered by Tahj Brooks. If you dominate the line of scrimmage and you dominate their offensive line, pressure Baron Morton and Tahj Brooks, and don't let them pick up a bunch of yards that way, don't let them feel comfortable and target guys downfield, like you're going to take them out of their comfort zone. And if you dominate on offense, I mean, their defense is so bad. If you give Sam Levitt time to cook, I mean, what else could you really ask for? I feel like it's usually it's always fact for me. I think football starts with always whether you're building a team, whether you're enhancing a team, it starts with the lines of scrimmage.
I want you to sell it to me. I want
Did
you.
I not literally just do that?
Sell it to me harder. I need you to sell it to me harder.
Did I not literally just do that?
No, because I'm torn. When I was coming up with this, I was leaning no. I was leaning not.
You tell me why you were leaning no, and I will counter you.
I want you to bring me to your side.
I will, but I need to hear your perspective.
You know?
I need to hear your perspective first.
So my perspective is these teams score points at will, regardless.
Correct.
Right? They do it in very different ways. Texas Tech obviously does it through the air. We know what they have with Tahj Brooks in the backfield. Arizona State, they're going to feed Scat. Takes a number of different defenders to bring him down. And if you're able to eventually stop the run, which few teams can, against Arizona State, that opens up play action pass. Sam Levitt's got the tools with his legs, with the weapons outside to really do kind of what he needs to elevate this Arizona State offense. So I am thinking that this game is almost going to be more won or loss in the secondary, right? Specifically for Arizona State, because you've got Javen Robinson and Keith Abney and Shamari Simmons kind of going to be out there at corner. And I'm totally comfortable with that.
Yeah.
However, I caught myself looking at the depth chart for Arizona State the other night. And
just up late.
That's what
looking
I do.
at the depth chart.
It's what I do, dog. It's what I do. And they won't have, again, if I'm remembering correctly, they won't have anybody older eligibility-wise than a redshirt sophomore available at corner. Because at nickel, Kyan McDonald, he's listed as the 2 behind Shamari.
Yep.
That is a true freshman.
Yep.
Outside, you have Rodney Bimage.
Yep.
Chris Johnson, both true freshmen. You have Keontae Bradley, which I believe is a sophomore or a redshirt sophomore. Javen Robinson is a redshirt sophomore. And Keith Abney is a sophomore. You don't have any veterans necessarily that are going to be out there in that Arizona State secondary. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just something we haven't seen them yet.
Okay, so I think the secondary is a very important part of this, especially because Tech is able to target it downfield and has seen success doing that and has weapons to do that as well. But your secondary is relieved of a lot of pressure if Texas Tech's quarterback is rushed and doesn't have the time to deliver a ball and actually place it well, right? You're it's not that that's not important because it is. And I would say this is the biggest game of the season for the secondary. And on the flip side, it's also the most shallow that room has been.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not saying I'm not confident, but they've lost a couple bodies now.
Yeah, they have.
Especially now that Cole Martin is out, right? A very solid rotational piece for them. That's tough. Not that they can't overcome it, but that's tough. However, if you're able to dominate the line of scrimmage, let's say ASU's defensive line just makes Swiss cheese out of Tech's offensive line.
Yeah.
Then that secondary is going to have a lot less pressure on them.
Yeah. No, that's valid. That's valid. What are you doing here, Beef? We're just moving Xbox controllers?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Okay. You never know what's going to go on here at PHNX at all. Absolutely not. What were you saying?
Basically, that the secondary's life gets a lot easier if you dominate the line of scrimmage. If you don't dominate the line of scrimmage, your secondary is going to be in much more prone position to get picked apart. However, vice versa, if the secondary locks down, I don't think it frees up the defensive line as much. I think the order of operations goes defensive line, secondary, right? And the same thing with offensive line, like Scat, Levitt, Jordan Tyson, X, all of them, they don't go off. They aren't able to have good games unless they are protected.
Yeah.
Right. And here's the thing. Tech's defense is not great. But if you are able to give Sam Levitt the time to actually pick it apart, it's going to look a lot worse. But if Sam's pressured all the time and he's running a lot, it's not that he can't run. He very much can run. He's RB2 on this team, basically. Yeah. But that probably plays into what Tech wants them to do, right? And the only way that Tech's defense holds is if they make ASU do what they want them to do. So if you dominate both sides of the line, everything else becomes easier. Not that everything else isn't important, but the other important things become a lot easier to accomplish if the number one important thing, the lines, dominate.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. I think you've slowly, gradually taken me over to.
Well, I think you're just starting to get a little smarter.
I didn't know we were just being rude today. I didn't know that was the energy or the vibe that we were going for. I thought we were good pals, good buddies over here.
We are.
It's
I can't give you a little guff.
Yeah.
Can't give
Calm
you a
down.
Jeez.
I'm just mad I'm not going to be on the show tomorrow. All right.
Well, Like you
I mean,
said you said it. You like being married more than you do being undefeated. So that's on you.
Yeah. I mean, I'll wear that one.
You're a fraud.
I'll wear that one.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Merck in the chat. Texas Tech only has 2 sacks on the season. Trust me, we know this defense is stinky.
So I have a question. So SH in the chat is a Texas Tech fan. And I want to know from your perspective, what's your confidence level in your defense overall when it comes to playing ASU this week? Just give me a general sense of how you're feeling about your defense. Because obviously we have our opinions. We've watched the tape. We've watched the games. We've seen the outcomes.
A pretty long injury list. If I'm not mistaken,
they're also pretty beat up
injury
as well.
Report.
Which I mean, same thing for ASU at this point too.
At
certain spots. I mean, you're getting Prince Dorba back, which is
you're getting Dorba, you're getting Ma back.
You
lost
sounds
like you're
Martin.
Getting Swanson back.
I think Terrence is still out.
Yeah, Welch is out. Ralik, I believe
Tate Romney is still out.
Yeah, but Tate you weren't expecting to get back.
No, but I mean, still somebody who's gone.
You get Jordan Crook back as linebacker.
That's big.
So I think Tech is more injured than Arizona State is. Now, again, at certain positions, Arizona State is pretty beat up.
Yeah.
The secondary being one of them. But what did we say going into this season? That the secondary was loaded with talent, had enough depth to survive something like that.
I mean, this is why we praised the at that point potential depth, because we didn't know for sure, but maybe projected is a better term to use. The projected depth in so many rooms, whether it's running back, whether it's secondary, whether it was wide receiver as well. And we just talked about, hey, like this is somebody or a room that they could lose 1 or 2 people, which happens over the course of a football season, and you would feel a lot better than last season when you lost 1 or 2 of your best players in any position and you're basically screwed. So SH in the chat says, honest opinion, our defense needs to show up. We had a good defensive game last week, but that was a subpar team compared to ASU. Yeah. So I think he's on the same page as us. Yeah. Like that was your best, defensive performance of the season, but it was a terrible, terrible, terrible team who also it wasn't just that your defense locked down. And this, I'm not trying to crap on your team or anything. It's not just that your defense locked down. It's North Texas literally handed you 2 interceptions, right? And you got points off of those, but the ball bouncing off of 2 different receivers' hands
is not a football
directly into Texas Tech's hands. It was a good defensive game. It was your best defensive game of the season, but there were still a lot of chunk plays, and there's still some moments where you're like, how are you letting North Texas do that? Like the first touchdown they scored.
Yeah.
No,
you're 100% right. So again, just want to put that out there. Fact or cap, this game's going to be won at the line of scrimmage.
I'm going to say fact, and hopefully you've come to your senses.
It was early this morning when I was kind of going back and forth between these.
I think secondary is the secondary option for this one.
Gosh. You know what? It's okay that you're going to miss tomorrow's show. Guys, do us a solid. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. We still have a lot to get into. You know what I think, Eric?
What do you think?
I think we should announce the surprise guest on the other end of this break. What do you think?
That is the best idea you've had all day.
Well, let's do it. But first, got to tell you a little bit about our friends. Our friends over at Sanderson Ford, guys. Look, we tell you all the time, I personally tell you all the time, how much I enjoyed my experience in the 2024 Ford Bronco Big Bend Sport. It was absolutely incredible. I still miss it. And one thing I've noticed now is I notice those cars all of the time.
That's how it goes.
It's like I spent the weekend in it. I had such a good time, and everybody else saw that I had such a good time. They're like, you know what we need? We need that same car.
I mean, I literally saw you pull up in the car, and I was like, that's him.
It was...
And so I'm like, that's him.
That's him. Look,
guys, he is him, and that is him.
If you're in the market for a new car, Sanderson Ford is giving you big payoffs like 0% financing on a bunch of new vehicles, including the 2024 F-150, the Escape, the Edge, the Explorer, and Expeditions. Definitely go check them out, guys. Shop the Sanderson Ford playoff payoff sale with no hassle, no pressure, and no nonsense. If you didn't know, now you know. Football is back, and so are the deals at Arizona's largest Ford dealership, Sanderson Ford. See dealer for details.
Man, bringing in the music, ooh, it's smooth. It's nice. But maybe not as smooth as nice as branded Bills hats. And you're saying smooth and nice, Eric. Those are weird ways to describe a hat. The material in Branded Bills hats is absolutely bar none fantastic. The most comfortable hat that I have ever worn. So great that we had to put them up in our studio as well. Of course, Factor Cap is brought to you by Branded Bills, and Branded Bills is just a local company here trying to make life easier for you if you want to put your own brand out there. They've got snapbacks, truckers, fitted beanies, tees. They have everything you need covered with performance and style from Mesa, Arizona. And of course, they have partnerships with the one, the only Arizona State University. If you see any of the ASU athletes on here, if you watched Headspace yesterday, Jeff Sims and Cole Martin in there. Branded Bills was on that one. Sam Levitt, when we had him in studio, Sam Levitt was wearing Branded Bills. Before we even started talking about Branded Bills, they're awesome. And all you have to do to save 20% off your first order is go to brandedbills.com and use code PHNX for 20% off that first order. Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Kevin Whipple in the chat. Great name.
Yeah.
Why do I need to chill? He said, Eric, we love you, which thank you. I love you too. But you need to chill. Chill on the puns.
I don't know.
Chill
I don't know,
on
Kevin. You
the
need
confidence.
to explain.
Because like
The
it's
confidence.
not well, like the confidence of like, oh, this is like, oh, blah 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 blah, or like maybe like attacking you that one time, like because you got really sensitive and maybe he's afraid that I hurt your
Look,
feelings.
see, you're doing it again.
Hey, you attacked me right before we
When?
did that.
When did I attack you?
You said you were happy I wasn't going to be on the show tomorrow.
Yeah, after you attacked me.
Sounds like you're just lashing out.
Oh my! You did that too. Don't tisk me, okay, buddy.
Okay, can we give them the good news while I wait
yeah,
for? I'm anxiously waiting for Kevin to tell me what I need to chill out on.
Let's give him the good news here in just a little bit. Our friend and former podcast host here on the PHNX network, the one, the only Jalin Conyers, is going to be joining us a little bit later on in the show. Definitely stay tuned for all of that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Again, if you don't know, Jalin Conyers was a former Arizona State Sun Devil. And we absolutely, I love this guy. He's a great dude. Super excited to chat about this matchup with him here in just a little bit. So definitely stick around for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Garrett in the chat, this is the cockiest channel I've ever seen. Yeah. It is what it is.
Listen, man, we went from 3-9 to 3-0. We're just happy people.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. Look, it is time for Heat Index. If you are new here, Heat Index, every single week, we're giving you 3 Arizona State players that we feel like need to have some big games for Arizona State to pull off a win. So, Eric, you ready?
Oh.
Got your sunscreen?
Yeah.
Got your sunglasses?
Hey, you see me? Actually, I don't have my sunglasses.
You got your Bible?
Do I need to go get my sunglasses?
Nah, you don't need to get
Do I need to go get my Bible?
Just squint a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Let's get into it. Heat Index, starting off. I mean, come on now. Give me Cam Skattebo. Scat needs to have a big game for Arizona State. Texas Tech's rush defense is one of the worst units in the Big 12. Cam Skattebo against Mississippi State, 290 plus total yards, 262 yards on the ground. He is the second leading rusher in this conference. You need to take advantage of what Texas Tech is going to give you in the box. Now, if Arizona State is able to take advantage of that and Cam Skattebo is able to get loose, I see this being a very, very long day for that Texas Tech defense.
And I think part of the reason why you need Cam to really step up and go is because he didn't have the greatest game against Texas State.
Yeah.
I mean, he had 2 touchdowns, right? But 24 carries for 62 yards, 2.6 yards per carry, long of 13. That's not really him. Now, he did have big plays to help seal it at the end, which is what he does. It wasn't like it was a bad game from him, but it wasn't what you came to expect.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right. I don't know if he's going to get to 300 all-purpose like he did against Mississippi State.
Awesome.
I certainly think that's not off the
awesome.
table. I don't think that's off the table, and that's not even being cocky or anything, but that's just how good he is.
You don't put your money where your mouth is real quick?
Oh, jeez.
Since you're missing the game, it's only fair.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
For every 100 yards all-purpose that Skattebo racks up is the amount of neutrals that you have to drink on the following show.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's fine.
So if he has 300 all-purpose yards Monday, you have to drink 3 on that show.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just...
Ooh, threaten me with a good time. Neutrals are delicious.
Throwing that out there, man. Throwing that out there.
I was probably just going to do that anyway.
That's fair.
Especially if/when ASU is 4-0. I mean,
I'm here for it.
I might have to just drink 4.
I'm absolutely here for it. Look, we got people in the chat. Fresh Prince of ASU is back. Sam running for 100 yards. Ralph, love Conyers, but also put Jalin Conyers in at linebacker and give Scat the ball. I mean, sure. There you go. There you go. PHNX Sports in the chat. You heard it here. Erik is drinking neutrals.
You don't got to twist my arm.
I love it. I'll be just breaking.
The only reason that these are closed right now is because they're not cold.
That's fair.
That's the only reason.
That's
like
fair.
they're kind of talking to me like the Green Goblin mask.
Yeah. What are they saying?
They're saying, drink me.
Yeah. Why do they
That's
sound like that?
I don't know.
Is
That's just
the
what
Green
neutrals
Goblin
sound like.
sounds
Yeah. Well, that's what the neutrals sound like.
Oh my god.
Short plus, have you all ever done a show sober? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we have done a few
Say
of those.
right now.
Just a couple.
You want to check with? I'm sober right now. Are you sober right now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, then.
Yeah,
We're
no,
good.
I think that's totally fair. Look, getting into the second member of the Heat Index this week, the star-studded nickel corner who transitioned from safety. That is Shamari Simmons. Shamari Simmons took the nation by storm last week, obviously with one of the biggest and best hits in the 2024 college football season. Look, Cole Martin going out for the season, rotational piece at that nickel spot. You're already thin at secondary with LaTerrence Welch being out. Obviously, a lot of pressure on Javen, a lot of pressure on Keith, but Shamari Simmons is going to be tasked with dealing with a lot of these tight ends, probably Jalin Conyers and company, simply because we said it earlier in the week. Texas Tech absolutely loves their tight ends. It's going to put a lot of pressure on Shamari. Just in coverage and then also in the ground game when they're turning and handing it to Tahj Brooks. Shamari needs to have a big game for Arizona State to move to 4-0.
Oh, yeah. Like you said, I mean, the secondary is massively important.
Yeah.
For this game, right? Even if it's not completely won through the secondary, I think the offensive line, the defensive line are still a step above. I think the secondary is right there. And he has been the leader in that front. I mean, just in big plays and the plays that don't show up on the stat book or anything like that as well. This will be a good test. This will be a really good test for the defense overall, but also the fact that, you know, they've lost some players.
Yeah.
And they're going to have probably some guys playing or moving around and playing some positions that they're not as comfortable with. They're going to need him to just do everything. And I know it's not always fair to ask of somebody, but I think if anybody in that secondary really could do it, I think it's him.
Absolutely. Bringing us home on the Heat Index here, of course. Give me Prince Dorba. Prince Dorba missed the first 3 weeks of the season due to injury. This team's best pass rusher. I've said it every day this week. This guy is bigger. He is faster. He is stronger. He is leaner. He is everything that Arizona State needs in an edge rusher this week. He is going to be a problem for this Texas Tech offensive line. If you don't know, be on the lookout for number 32.
Oh, I'm really excited. I feel he's going to be like a dog that just got off the leash.
Yeah.
He's going to go run rampant.
Hey, I mean, this Texas Tech offensive line is not great either. And I just, Prince Dorba is, I'm thinking he's having a 2-sack game, to be honest with you.
You want to put some neutrals on that?
Oh, I mean, what's the count? What are we doing here?
For every sack, you have to drink 1.5 neutrals.
Whoa.
A sack is easier to get than 100 all-purpose yards.
Because I got to go teach afterwards. I could do it on the following week's post game. Does that work for you? But there's a bye week next week, so it'd have to be for the following week if you really want to keep track of that.
I don't know. I think you still have to drink the neutrals.
Well, how about we discuss this off air?
No.
That fair to you?
Sure. Yeah,
that's fair to you. Look, a couple comments in the chat. Merck, multiple tight ends, a problem for 4-2-5 defenses. Glenn in the chat, defensive line, big test stopping Brooks. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We got Kelly. Kelly's out here. She's seen the box score, apparently. Devils 37, Tech 31, Cam 20 carries, a $140 on the ground, Tyson 6 for 100, all for an INT, and Dorba 2 sacks.
Put it in the books.
I mean,
it's over.
I mean, why do we even need to play tomorrow? To be honest with you,
I don't think we have to.
You don't think so?
That'd be kind of nice. Just give us the 4-0.
I mean, I'm you're not.
No, sorry, earned, not given. Earned, not given.
Is that what it is?
It has to be.
Ugh.
You want to be in the top 25?
I mean, you win this game, you're in the top 25.
Yeah.
Arizona State wins this game. I don't care if it's close. I don't care if it's by 40. They're in
statement.
the AP top 25. Yeah, and again, like what Kenny said, right? This is huge just historically, right? This is the team's first game in this conference as a member of this conference in conference play. You are definitely going to want to make a statement here and do it on the road, right? Against a Texas Tech team that offensively they could put up points in a hurry.
Yeah. I just want to see it. I want to see how this team responds to playing an offense like this.
I mean, how do you think they're going to respond?
I think they're going to respond.
In all honesty, how do you think this team's going to respond?
I think at first, I'm not going to say it's going to be a shock, but I do believe that they're going to catch them not off guard, but they're going to score early.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be like Texas State where I feel like you're just going to be able to completely take them out of it to catch up. Like you're going to have to match if you fall down early. And then I think they can. I think they'll respond well.
I think so too. And it is just about that time, guys. Do us a solid. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Drop a 5-star review. We've got our special guest here. Our special guest, former Arizona State tight end, former podcaster, and current Texas Tech tight end, Jalin Conyers. What's up, man? How you doing?
It's good. How are y'all?
I'm fantastic, man. I'm absolutely fantastic because this is the game. Let's be real. We've all been looking for it. I know you've been looking forward to this game the whole time. What are just your expectations, like your emotions kind of going into that game tomorrow?
I mean, for me, it's something I've obviously thought about, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting. Obviously, it's gonna be nice to see some of the guys I got to spend the last 3 years with and just got to, play and bleed with. But like I said, we'll be friends for a lifetime. But from 2:30 to when the clock hits zeros, we won't be friends tomorrow. So just gotta take it how it is and enjoy it and go play hard.
Is that like extra fun to play against people that you've worked with, that you've trained with? Like, does it make you go a little extra hard? 'Cause some people think you might lighten up a little bit, but I think it might be the opposite.
Yeah, no, I definitely, especially, obviously it's y'all's first Big 12 game and for us, our first Big 12 game of the season. So, there's obviously a lot riding on the line. Y'all started off 3-0, which is huge. Obviously, it's been cool to see that. I've actually watched all 3 games, so it's definitely been cool to see. But, yeah, it does bring a little bit. It kind of reminds you of like how, you compete against each other in practice, but now it's actually kind of playing for something. So, it's definitely a different perspective, but it's going to be super fun. I'm excited.
Is there anybody you're like you want to see in coverage tomorrow?
Anyone I want to see? Not really. I mean, it's kind of, I haven't really thought about that much. I just told Trent Bourget he's lucky he's not on defense.
You said you've watched all 3 games. What stood out to you about this ASU team this year?
I mean, for me, it's just what you see. They play hard, they pursue the ball. It's everything that I was part of when I was there. I feel like obviously you kind of see the culture just finally, the Kenny Dillingham, I'd say, culture kind of taking place and finally set it in. You obviously got a bunch of leaders that are doing a really good job there. And then, obviously a high-powered offense and a really good-looking defense. So definitely going to be a competitive one tomorrow. So definitely excited to see. I've been getting asked a lot of questions about a lot of the guys on the team. So I've been trying to give out some tips and tricks if I can. So
what would you say is tip and trick number 1 to try and slow down Cam Skattebo? Are you thankful you don't have to do that tomorrow?
Oh yeah, for sure. Put 9 in the box. That's what I would say.
No 3-man fronts, dude.
Play engage 8. Yeah, I don't know what Mississippi State was doing. We were watching the film and we were like, Mississippi State has probably the worst run scheme that we've ever seen. Like I was watching the game, I was like, this is insane. Like I'd run it every play. There's no point in throwing the ball.
We've had a couple of Texas Tech fans in the chat talking about comparing Tahj Brooks and Cam Skattebo, and obviously they're 2 of the best backs, not just in the Big 12, but in the country. Can you just shed a little bit of light of what it's like to play with Tahj and see him break so many tackles and just do so much on the field?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're super similar. I mean, obviously no diss to Scat, but Scat's more of obviously a downhill runner, put his head down and get those yards. And Tahj is a little more agile, likes to make a lot more cuts, and is a little bit more of a patient runner. But I mean, literally, like you said, like to me, obviously I'm biased, but like those are to me, there's I think of 3 running backs that are best in the country, and both of them are in it. And the other one is Quinshon Judkins from Ohio State. So like for me, I see those 3 guys and like it's just elite stuff. Like I mean, I didn't get to watch film on Scat, but when people ask me about it, I'm like, dude, I mean, you got first of all, you got to basically put your helmet to the ground to tackle him. So that's obviously one of the first things you have to worry about. But I mean, it's gonna be fun. Obviously, me, Ben Coleman, and Scott and Trent have just talked about how it's gonna be weird, like watching them play offense and then they watch us play offense because we obviously won't be on the field at the same time. So, but no, I mean, 2 elite running backs that are gonna do their thing tomorrow.
Absolutely love it, man. Absolutely. Well, what's been that like relationship, just getting back home, just closer to your family? Obviously, your quarterback, this guy that you played high school ball with, right? Like, just what's that been like, getting back to kind of the good old days?
It's been nice. I mean, uh, people have asked me like why I did it and just a certain stuff like that. But I mean, at the end of the day, I was talking to with one of my friends about it. I was like, if you never know when football's going to end. And if football was to end tomorrow, like I want to do it in front of my friends and my family and people that supported me over my career, whether it was Pee Wee to high school to now. Like, so it's been nice. Obviously, I've built a great relationship with this team. I have no love. I have no hate towards anyone in Arizona State. A lot of people think I just hate people there or don't like them or something. I don't know why, but for me, at the end of the day, I just want to play in some family. It's been a great reception. It's been nice. We've had 2 home games already that I've enjoyed being a part of, and get to keep it up and keep fighting with the guys I got to go through spring and fall camp with. So it's been fun and plan to keep it up.
What's that environment like out in Lubbock? Again, we've had lots of Tech fans this week, and the record speaks for itself as far as playing there. Like the fans are pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah, it's loud. No, it's definitely loud and rowdy. A lot of alcohol in the stands and a lot of tortillas. So,
somebody asked,
definitely,
I think Ralph
definitely
Hansen asked if you took a
atmosphere.
bite of the tortilla. Have you ever taken a bite of the tortilla?
No, because obviously it's a little bit too much. Like some stuff them in their pants and and then there's one of the crazier ones I've seen is I'm not kidding. One of my friends has a hat that like you can put a tortilla in the hat, so when you go through security, they can't see it. It's like crazy stuff I've never seen before. I think he has it actually. Is it over here? Murder, do you have your tortilla hat?
You have your
Where's it
tortilla
at?
hat's crazy.
My goodness.
It's over
My
here.
goodness.
I've never wanted to see a hat more in my entire
That's
life.
fair. No, that's valid.
Oh, okay. I'll find it. I'll send you a picture of it. But yeah, it's like a hat with a tortilla on it, or like you put a tortilla inside it. But it's definitely a super fun atmosphere. Obviously, I think that a lot of the players at Arizona State enjoy it. Very loud, very obnoxious, and will say some things. So I'm interested to hear what they hear on their sideline because they'll actually be their sideline's like right behind the student section. So the student section right behind them. So that'll be fun to hear about after the game.
That's awesome. Obviously, a lot of people in the chat, they miss you. They wish you were still at Arizona State. They're wishing you luck for 11 games out of the season, outside of tomorrow, of course, like you said. You're friends for life up until that 2:30 kickoff for you guys. And earlier you said you didn't hate anybody. We could put it all out there now. We know you hate Shane Diefenbach. We know that's the reason why you transferred.
That was a little obvious. Like I would post that on Twitter.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude. Look, we love absolutely having you on the show. Do you have like 10, 15 minutes to stick around for Hot or Not, or do you got to bounce?
Yep.
You're good?
No, let's get to it. We're good. Yep,
I
we're good.
absolutely love it. Look, we are going to get to Hot or Not and our predictions here in a second, but we're going to do it on the other side of this break.
Okay, let's do it. Look at our friends here. The music's playing. Crack open a nice neutral because they're keeping it tasty in Tempe. I'm gonna say there's multiple reasons why I'm gonna be a little bit bummed to miss tomorrow's game. Obviously, I'm excited to celebrate Megan's birthday. She's here in the chat. Happy early birthday. But A is you can go 4-0, and B, there's gonna be neutrals flowing tomorrow and on tomorrow's post game. Listen, none of that fake stuff in neutral vodka seltzer. All right, real juice, seltzer, and vodka. That's it. And it tastes good like real good. They have a variety of flavors: pineapple, black cherry, orange. We got cranberry orange, and we also have blackberry lemonade right here as well, and a little black cherry too. Listen, whatever your taste buds desire, Neutral has it, and nothing goes better together than college football and Neutral vodka seltzer. Keep it tasty, enjoy responsibly. 2024 Anheuser-Busch product. Neutral is a flavored vodka with carbonation out of St. Louis, Missouri.
I love it. You know what else I love?
Tell me.
I love having some fun over at Gila River Resorts and Casinos, guys. One thing to always keep in mind, there isn't anybody that does it better than Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Visit any of their 4 locations. I tell you all the time, my personal favorite is Wild Horse Pass. They got like a double-decker casino up there,
so cool.
Obviously. They got the sports books, they got the Top Golf simulator, and then, of course, you have just the valley of table games and all sorts of fun. And I'm not joking when I say a valley. There is 4,500 slots and live table games, or like we said, get in on all of the sports action over at one of their sports books. Let's say you win some money, maybe you lose some money. Regardless, you're going to need to eat. They got a ton of different options over at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Upscale, approachable, casual, classy, from bar to bar, none. They have it all, guys. And just a reminder, we are going to be hosting some events there all year, including cards and Suns watch parties and more. So stay tuned for info on how you guys can come hang with us. Remember, you do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Visit playatgila.com for more details. I love it. I love it. We got Corn back here, man. Does everybody there call you Corn too?
Not as many, but a lot of them asked. They're like, "Why do they call you that?" And I was like, "It's a long story."
Yeah, no, that's valid. That's valid. Look, we're gonna get into hot or not. We're gonna save.
We're gonna flip things up a little bit.
We'll save our predictions for.
That's how important Jalen is.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
Yeah, we gotta flip the script.
This is my boy here. Okay, I would die for this man. Okay, for Corn. Okay, Captain Redbeard. We're going to put you on the spot here. Hot or not, for those of you that are new here. 3 random topics from our lovely producer, Captain Redbeard. And we're just going to debate, argue, do whatever the heck it turns into.
Sure.
Sound good?
Yeah, Kyle's always gone out of the box
Captain
with his.
Redbeard.
Captain Redbeard has always gone out of the box with his. So I'm excited to hear these ones.
All right, Captain, what do we got?
All right, first one. Hot or not, Eric and I were talking about this today. Kombucha. And kombucha every day.
Listen.
Kombucha every day?
That's what Eric said.
Listen, I will put my hand up, okay? I like kombucha, like, a lot. Like, I like it a lot.
Just that green stuff, right?
No. You're so ignorant. No. Come on. Green stuff?
What
Green
color
stuff.
is it?
It's all sorts of different colors.
What color is the one you drink?
The one I drink is more of like a clear brownish, almost looks like apple juice type of thing. Kyle was drinking like a pink one earlier today.
I was.
Yeah. I know you're going to say not hot.
I've never had it.
It's an acquired taste.
So it's not good, is what you're saying. When people say things are an acquired taste, they're not good.
No, it's the same thing with beer. Like, beer's an acquired taste, but beer is good.
What do you think, Jalin?
I've never even heard of kombucha except for a song, so I'm.
We'll have to get you
but
some.
I'm gonna have to say, I guess I'll say not on this one.
A bunch of people in the chat, not hot.
Yeah.
Glenn, not hot. Your wife, not hot.
Yeah, no, I stand alone on this island.
What is it, a drink?
With Captain Redbeard.
Me and Captain Redbeard are holding it down.
Yeah, no, it's not hot. It's not hot. I have never had it, so
It's
I'm going to
fine.
say it's not hot.
It's fine.
What is it? Is it a drink?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. It sounds disgusting. Like, I can't lie. Like, explaining it sounds
Just the
disgusting.
name sounds gross. Yeah.
Bro, how do you get me on the show and you start
I know,
acting
I know,
sus?
I know.
This is not new.
All right, next topic.
Kombucha.
Next topic. Colin, next
All
topic.
right,
was
we're moving
totally
on. We're moving on.
Yeah, we're moving on.
We're
from that
moving
one.
on. All right, next topic. Switching it up. Intentionally watching football by yourself. Hot or not?
Intentionally
Like, you have
watching football.
invites to go
you
watch
have
it with
invite,
people.
like on a Sunday, and you're like, "Nah, I'm gonna stay in. I'm gonna watch it."
Just grind the tape.
Yeah.
That's hot. That's hot.
Yeah, you would say that.
It is hot.
You would say it.
I don't look. I'm very particular, especially when it comes to like my team on Sundays. I don't want to watch with other people. Like, I want to watch the game by myself, and like I want to just lock in. Okay, I want to get in the zone. I don't.
Get in the zone.
No.
Get in the zone.
No.
Kyle.
No.
Kyle.
No.
You know what to do.
There's no way, dude.
Oh,
Let's
it's
go.
gone.
It's not
No,
there. It's not there.
No. Oh man.
I don't want to watch it with other people because then I can't like react almost the way that I want to react.
Yeah.
You know?
That's fair. How do you want to react?
But, I mean, it depends. If it's going great, I want to go crazy. If it's
You
not,
can't do that around other people.
I go a little too crazy. I have like a screw loose when I'm watching football.
Jalen, what about you?
I'd say hot. I like doing it, like especially when I play fantasy football. Yeah, I got it. Like, I can't have other people around, or I get mad. Like when they say something, because I already play football, so I already get talked crap to enough. So like, I don't need someone. I love all my friends that don't play football. I love them to death. They're my best friends. But like, y'all don't know jack diddly nothing about it. So like, y'all want to sit here and like, oh, why didn't you do this? I'm like, bro, shut up. And like, so yeah, I'm gonna say hot. Watch it by yourself.
I'd say that's definitely for somebody in your position or anybody who plays football. I feel like you sit around somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about. I'm gonna say it's not hot. Like, I like doing it, but I would rather watch with a group of people. I like feeding off the energy. Like, we were watching the Cardinals Rams game. We were in here, and like when Marv was going off, being around like Johnny and Britton and Damon, Oh, it was electric. It would have been way different if I was just sitting in my room alone. So I'm going to say not hot, but I see the vision.
What do
I
you
see the
think,
vision.
Captain?
Oh, I think it's hot.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you just lock in on a Sunday, watch Red Zone.
And you own the
Do the
remote.
research,
You
for
own
fantasy.
the remote
Yeah.
at that point, right?
Yeah.
You don't got to worry about, like, especially if
You're
there's
not
multiple
fighting over
people
it.
with fantasy football, you don't got to worry about watching their players. You can watch your own. You can watch your team, do whatever. It's hot, and it's not even close. All right, Kyle, what do we got? Bring us home.
All right, last one, very different. Yoga. Hot or not?
Wow.
Well, sometimes technically, yes, it is hot.
I see you, Jalin.
Like hot yoga. Like you're in the,
No, I know.
the steam room.
I miss yoga in Arizona for sure.
You go ahead, Erik.
I mean, yeah, it's healthy for you. It's good. Stretch. Yeah. It's hot.
That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
do it?
No, I stretch, but I don't do like yoga. That doesn't mean it's not hot.
What do you think, Jalin?
Oh, yes, it's hot. Absolutely.
Why do
And
you think it's hot,
especially-
Jalin?
It's good for the body and good for the eyes sometimes.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Depends.
Like you're stretching.
Yeah. Especially in Arizona.
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely. You mean you don't like yoga in Lubbock?
I wouldn't say that, but like in Arizona, you could go to like 8 different yoga classes and you're set. You got like 2 here or
Yeah.
1, really, to
Yeah.
be honest. But
That's fair. That's
very
fair.
hot, I would say.
Kyle? Sorry, Captain Redbeard.
There you go.
Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so healthy. Get a good stretch in.
Kyle's a big health freak.
He is.
Yeah.
He is. I'm gonna say hot. I can't find a reason to why it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna absolutely say hot, guys. That is gonna do it for
we have
hot or not.
we have a hot or not super chat.
Oh, we do.
So if we want to go to the super chats here, and it's for
Oh,
all
we
of
got
us.
2 of them.
So it's hot, but only one of them is hot or not. Both of them from Kenneth North. But he says hot or not, Jalin gets 2 touchdowns tomorrow.
Ooh.
Jalin, you can answer first.
There's not a good way to answer this one, buddy.
Oh, yeah, there's not a good way to answer it. I'm going to say, okay, here's my thing. If I don't bet on myself, I'm a terrible person. So I'm going to say hot. Like, I feel like if I don't bet on myself, then I would be doing myself a disservice. So I'm going to say hot.
What do you think?
I'm glad that he's betting on himself. I'm gonna do the opposite way just because we are the ASU. If you score 2 touchdowns, then that's probably not good news for ASU. So I'm gonna go not hot. For you personally, any other week, hot as hell. But this
Appreciate
week, I
that.
gotta go not hot.
I'll give you hot. I think Jalin scores 3, but they still lose. I give you that. Jalin puts up all the points. I'm here for it.
that is the perfect for us.
I'm
That's the
here for
perfect
it.
scenario.
Yeah, I told him today. I'm like, dude, I hope you eat, dude. Absolutely.
Career game, 4 touchdowns, 100-something
Yeah,
yards.
imagine just like 180 yards, 4 tubs, like,
Yeah.
and then just lost by a touchdown or something.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe
there you
throw
go.
one as well.
That
wins.
probably hurt. That would hurt. That would hurt me more. Like I would be like, what do I gotta do?
Oh my gosh, Jalin, we appreciate you taking the time, man. Obviously, best of luck, and obviously, stay healthy tomorrow, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me. And predictions gonna be 42-35 Texas Tech.
42-35. Wait. Wait, you can't drop a prediction. We got to show you our predictions now. Let's roll into
Well,
it.
he's got to get it loaded up.
Okay, we'll get it loaded up.
Okay, what's 35, 40? So how many of the 42 then for you? 14 then? 14 of the 42 coming from Jalin Conyers?
Yeah, I would say, yeah. I really had like a crazier score in mind, but I don't think there's a lot of field goals this game because I feel like I see 2 teams that are aggressive and will go for it on 4th down, especially in 4th and short situations.
Can he? No.
Yeah,
Can he? No.
I think so.
No.
Coming to Lubbock, first game in the Big 12.
You think he's going to do that?
I'm trying to
kidding,
put some
I'm
energy in the air. I need to put energy in there, okay? I need him to like start thinking. I need Coach Dillon to start thinking.
Get in his
I need him
head.
to hear my voice right now.
Oh, man.
I love it. All right, do we have the predictions locked and
Yeah,
loaded?
let's get it.
All right, Erik, you can go ahead. Go first.
All right. I think it's a close one. 41-38. I think there is a field goal, and I think it's one at the end of the 4th quarter, and I think ASU walks away with its first Big 12 victory. 41.
Totri, that is a terrible prediction.
I'm
That is terrible.
The more that I've thought about it, the more that I just feel like the offense is going to be too much for y'all's defense at the end of the day. I do have a final score for everybody listening on audio, 45-28. I think this is a close game. I think this is a close game up to halftime, and I think Brian Ward and company, they make some defensive adjustments. In particular, they say don't let 12 touch the football. And then Arizona State pulls away. But hey, you had what? You had a double-digit win too, right? You said 40. What'd you say?
No, he said 40. Do you say 42-35?
Yeah. 42-35.
That's
That's
touchdown.
touchdown.
Touchdown. Yeah, mine's 7 plus 10. That's all. It's nothing crazy.
Just 7 plus 10.
It's nothing crazy, you know. I do want to get to the last super chat before we get out of here. It's from Kenneth again, $4.99. Thank you. Says upon further review, Wazoo never had to drive the length of the field. All 5 touchdown drives, less than 51 yards. Tahj Brooks out. Tech 42, ASU 24. Good show.
We appreciate you watching, Kenneth.
I guess we will see. Obviously, we will have a post-game show tomorrow following the game. Definitely show up, show out. Should be a good one. Win or loss, I think everybody expects this to be a high-scoring game.
Should be a fun one.
A lot of fun. And again, if you're an Arizona State fan, you can root for Jalin to have a big game and Tech to still lose. That can still happen.
Are we going to see the quarterback package out there, 12? We're gonna see you throw the rock?
Nah.
Not a node
He's
to
so
Kenny?
full of it. He's so full of it. Oh, my goodness.
Guess we'll see. I don't know.
You got to watch the game and find out.
We will see. Guys, if you enjoyed the content, give us a follow at PHNX Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony_Totri. You can follow the hall monitor here at Erik Ruby. That is Erik with a K. You can follow 12, the tight end, at Texas Tech. That still hurts to say. At the real Jalin Conyers. That's still your Twitter at, right?
Yeah.
Love it. Absolutely love it. You can follow Captain Redbeard at K Coop Sports. And I teased it at the start of the show. You want to show everybody where we're sailing? Captain, where are you taking us? The 7 Seas?
Give me a second.
You got to get it loaded. By the way, we have friends, Ralph Amson in the chat asking where the tortilla hat is, and also people asking if you called your friend Murder.
Yeah, that's his nickname is Murder. That's my roommate, actually.
Murder's tortilla
hi, Murder?
hat is awesome.
Yeah. Here he is.
Oh,
We call him
God.
Murder. He's just like a down home country boy.
What's up, Murder?
What's up?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, goodness. All right, we have it, Captain.
If you think of like Mike Allstott, that's who Murder
Does he play
is.
fullback?
He's in the tight end room, but yeah, he's a fullback basically.
Got you. God, you got so many tight ends on that team. Just so many of them. All right, Captain, show us where we're sailing.
All
The
right.
Big 12 title game is on that map. And our first stop, Lubbock, Texas. The
Woo!
island of Lubbock. Okay.
The house that Jalin Conyers built.
There it is. There
Wow.
it is. The house of tortillas. We're coming to raid the ship.
It's the house that Murder built.
Yeah,
that's for
that's
sure.
fair.
That's for
The
sure.
house that Murder built. I like that
Absolutely.
better. That is better.
Oh my goodness, guys. Like we said, that is going to do it. We will see you tomorrow for a post-game show. As always, go Devils and peace.
We all silly like the mayor.